Hey, you can't... Oh, that's embarrassing. You can't be here.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Why? Is there something going on?
Hi, this is the Professional Amateur Hour coming to you with another review. This week, Leo sent me Bigfoot Famous. And this 2021 film was directed by Sam Milman, who actually plays my favorite character in the movie, and Peter Vass, and stars Steph Barkley, Chris Kleckner, Lauren Howard Hayes, and others. The story of this movie is about a YouTuber who used to get, millions of views on their videos, but now can barely get 1,000. So she's looking for a way to, get back on top. And she sees this Bigfoot video on YouTube, and it has, 5 million views in 6 hours or something. So she figures that's going to be a good way to get her viewership back. And so she and her boyfriend, head out into the woods, they hire a guide, they visit the souvenir shop, and, some hijinks ensue. What will happen exactly? You'll have to watch the movie and find out. Alright, so what works with this film? Well, I gotta say, this is a strange film in a good way. It's very interesting to see how it is all kind of like assembled, because it is like a YouTuber, so they throw in these YouTube clips, whether it's her previous videos or someone else speaking about her, just like this.
What's up, guys? We have a breaking news story. Freddie Huff just uploaded a vlog exposing more evidence that Coley is involved in Jericho's murder!
So even though it's odd just to be like watching YouTube in this movie, it actually works to kind of like fill out this story. And I'll talk about that story in a little bit too, but it fills it out very interestingly. And what else? Oh, the tone is all over the place. It's supposed to be a comedy, but they have like some touching moments, but also some very serious moments as well that really don't work together, like as an overall feeling. And so overall, it was very bizarre, but in a good way, I thought. It kept my attention, and I really wanted to see, kind of the full thing, to see how it all works together. So it could be considered a bad point, but yeah, that strangeness definitely worked for me. So like I said, there is kind of this YouTube aspect of it, and there are other YouTubers making kind of their own narratives about what the main character is doing. And so I thought that was actually very interesting to see their narratives versus the truth of what actually happened. It kind of juxtaposition between the two. And it really did bring me in to really think about, how people, take advantage of narratives and twist it to their own advantage. And so that was very interesting, definitely brought me into the movie and gave me something to think about. In addition, I thought all of the acting was pretty good. I definitely believed all of the characters were who they were portraying. And so definitely good job, everybody, on the acting side. Now, before I go any further, I did want to talk about the comedy. And we always say comedy is subjective on this channel. And this one, it has a lot of like cringe comedy. And I know I just like railed against the movie recently for its cringe comedy. But this one, I actually think it does cringe comedy correctly, where it's like a character that's just so cringy and self-absorbed that it can be funny because it's so unrealistic, rather than having like regular people just say cringy things. And so these characters, there's actually quite a few of them that are just so cringy. The main guy reminded me of like Stuart from Mad TV. So if you remember that guy and how cringy he was, when I first saw Stuart, I definitely didn't like it. I didn't think it was funny, but he did grow on me over time. And so it's kind of like that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe check this out. See if you think it's funny.
Hey! I was just talking to that sparkle pony inside, and he said you're leaving with this Cabbage Patch human to go into the woods and find Bigfoot!
Well, if I wanted to go, I should be able to because I'm an adult man, right?
And so you can see they definitely do it right. It's the character that's the cringe, not just the jokes that are cringy. And that does, have its own unique feel to it too. So that is something to consider before you press play. Alright, so what doesn't work with this film? Well, like I said, at some points you're just watching YouTube, and that's not really what I want to do when I'm watching a movie. I watch YouTube all the time, it's fun. but I don't want to watch YouTube in a movie. I want to watch a movie. And so that's definitely something that kind of brought me down. Also with the characters, I found them to be a little bit unbelievable because their characters are the same off camera as well as on camera as well. So if they're annoying or high energy on camera, they're annoying and high energy off of camera. And that just didn't seem realistic to me. Like, I'm not this person outside of being on camera. And so it just seemed like a hard sell and a hard thing to accept. And so that didn't work with me. What else? Oh, throughout this whole movie, I kept going back and forth whether I was liking it or not. And so, you know, something would happen and I go, oh, I like that. And something else would happen and I say, oh, I don't like that. So I kept, you know, swinging back and forth between like and dislike. It's definitely like a strange ride of this kind of roller coaster of, you know, stuff. So definitely some people might like that, but I can definitely see people not really enjoying that. So who would I recommend this movie for? Well, I think if you're a teenager, you could probably watch this one and get quite a bit of enjoyment out of it. Or if you know a teenager and you're watching a movie with them, yeah, you can check this one out. However, do be aware that they do curse quite a bit. So do be aware of that. As for a rating, I'm going to give it an okay score of 4. You know, with these things, I do have a score when I like come out of the movie, as well as, you know, thinking about it over the next few days. I probably would give it lower score in a few days' time, but coming out of it, I would say, yeah, 4. Why not? And having said that, I think that's all I wanted to say. So like and subscribe. Oh, they said that a few times in the movie. So I will see you next time.